Yo folks, and welcome. In today's video, we'll be talking about the latest gacha games, mobile titles, and games coming to Gacha News Weekly and more for June. Let's jump right into this. First things being Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis. It's going to be coming on board on our mobile devices in CBT format July 7th. Just note with this one, it is going to be a huge game exploring the Final Fantasy VII universe. What does that entail? Pretty much you're going to be having Cloud in different scenarios, Zack, characters that were side characters in Final Fantasy VII doing their own entire storylines. It's going to be an expansive universe that's going to just give us more lore and background around characters. It might even give us like scenarios that never even existed in Final Fantasy VII. For example, the latest Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis has Zack alive, which is a scenario that never happened. So you'll probably see that in Ever Crisis. I think it's going to be really great. And knowing Square Enix, they're going to be putting everything that they have because they love Final Fantasy VII with the remakes in 3 different installments, and not to mention like the newest Final Fantasy game around the corner. I know they're going to put the marketing pump on this one, and it's going to be crazy once it launches on mobile officially, but CBT is July 7th. We got Laidback Camp that should be out by the time this video releases. If not, preloads should be available. What is this game? It's going to be something like Animal Crossing and then mixed in with something more sim and casual management. I think it's going to be something for folks who want a more chill, relaxed gameplay, something non-stressful, and just, you know, you can lay back and enjoy your camp. So it's going to be a fun time in my personal opinion. I'll try it out if I can find some time. As you know, it's difficult for me. Let's get into other things with Reverse Collapse Codename Bakery. This is going to be a Girls Frontline predecessor, so it came before Girls Frontline. All you need to know, it's going to be a tactical RPG. It's going to be harsh, difficult elements and all of the sorts. Demos June 19th, and I definitely recommend folks to check it out and play it. It's going to be on Steam. We have the Takt.Op that's going to be releasing June 28th. It's going to be more of an old school gacha turn-based RPG, so if you like something like Fate Grand Order, maybe like FF7, you'll feel at home here. Now, is there going to be PvP and all of the sorts? I'm not entirely sure. Just note Takt.Op is leaning more towards the PvE side from what I can tell, puzzles and all the sorts like that, waifus all around you. I think it's going to be a pretty good time, and I love how the 2D graphics to it don't seem too chibi style. It's one of the things that really just tips me off when the game is overly chibi. This one is just a little bit above it and makes it right. We have Black Clover that's also scheduled to release at the end of the month as well. Just be a little bit wary of this global release because the publishers are going to be more monetized driven. So there's going to be a lot more expensive things. You don't know how long it's going to be lasting. But just know Black Clover is also going to be releasing a movie. There's going to be a lot of marketing pump. Black Clover is a huge IP. So overall, I think this is going to be successful. But if you want something that's not overly pay to win, then maybe look at more KR or JP if you can play it with the VPNs. Overall, I don't know if Black Clover Global is going to be the best release for everyone, but it's definitely going to be the most playable and available version for Global in the future. We have Brown Dust 2 that hit 1.5 million. I think this is going to be a premiere success. Just know it's also going to be releasing sometime at the end of June. Unknown how everything has been going, but 1.5 million is an insane number for pre-registrations. I think this is going to be an amazing game, and I definitely plan to play it if I can find the time. We have Snowbreak Containment Zone releasing July 20th. What is this game? It's going to be a shoot 'em up. It's going to have gacha elements in it. What's the difference between this and other shooters on my mobile devices? It's gonna be more PvE oriented. There might be some PvP, but overall the waifus and the artwork and the anime style is going to be what's attracting you. And I feel like the characters look pretty cool. Hopefully the storyline is going to be filled in so you can actually get engrossed in it and see what's going to be about. But overall, Snowbreak Containment Zone, it was a really fun game when I tried it out. I definitely recommend folks to play it once it releases later in July. We'll talk about it. We have What in Hell is Bad. This is going to be the premier NSFW Husbando game that I'm going to be covering at least until its actual releases occur. Why do I recommend this one? Just because the art style and the gameplay seem to match inside with each other. It's not going to be a typical turn-based RPG from what I can tell. It's going to be more tactical, yes, NSFW, and more raunchy stuff if you're into it. But personally, I really like it and the way it looks, and I'm definitely going to be recommending it. We have Aster Tartariqus, hopefully I'm saying that right. It's going to be releasing at the end of 2023 or planning to release in 2023. It's more of a tactical RPG with that Fire Emblem sort of look to it on the overworld, and I think it's gonna have more 3D style on its like actual like tactical fights, like when you're going into the combat scenarios. I think it looks really great, and the fact that it's getting a Western release is really ballsy. Overall, I really want this game to come out and be a success. Hopefully it gets the marketing pump it deserves because the game looks great, but if it doesn't, then it might fall flat as things are highly competitive in the mobile space. We have Netflix announcing 60 plus new games on their platforms. These are more arcade style games, less so gacha. If you enjoy, Shovel Knight, maybe Crashlands 2 is coming on here, then this will be the place to play. I know some people might be turned off on it, but 60 plus games for, a fraction of the price of what you would spend in a normal gacha game, I think there's definitely something there for folks who are interested in that. We have King Arthur Legends Rise. This is going to be a game by Kabam. If you don't know who Kabam is, they're going to be people who brought us like the Marvel games and the Disney game. They're very just great at publishing Western style games. So if you're into the graphics, you like King Arthur, sort of Arthurian lore, then check it out. We have archeland that's going to be having its JP release right now. I recommend playing the KR one just because it's easier to download and play, no VPN. Maybe the JP one doesn't have like a VPN, you can catch up faster and all that stuff, but KR one's probably never going to get shut down, and it's been heavily supported, so I just recommend that one. PC client is pretty good as well. Download a translator app and you can play all the story modes and everything. And Crescent Moonwalker, interesting one, gameplay footage courtesy of Chaotic. The reason why I'm covering it, the art style, the gameplay, it's pretty unique and I just like the way it looks. I definitely want to play it when it does release sometime in the future. I don't know if it's getting an EN release, I just wanted to cover it because games like this are a dime a dozen these days and I just want to talk about it. We have Ezetta Prophecy that's officially out. Yes, I'm a little bit late. Just know if you like the westernized graphics, I think it's really good and it definitely provides something different among like the sea of anime gacha games. We have Dragon Quest Champions June 13th, so it's already out to JP release. What is this game? It's a mix between Fortnite and the Dragon Quest series, so if you like the sound of that, then maybe check it out. We have Assassin's Creed Codename Jade. This is going to be Assassin's Creed in the CN regions. Overall, we have no idea what to expect. It's going to be a CBTs this summer. If you like Assassin's Creed, then play it. Is it going to have gacha elements? Probably, because, mobile things. Maybe it's going to be more loot box oriented, like weapons and stuff. Hopefully, they'll have like character summons that are actually intriguing that would, maybe envelop players to actually play it. We have Tom Clancy's The Division Resurgence launching on smartphones this fall. I heard really great things about this, so if you like shooters in more of a traditional sense and like looters, stuff like that, I think this is definitely one to check out. Monetization iffy. We don't know if it's actually going to be good, but just know The Division is an excellent game when it comes to just looting and doing like a daily loop of all the things like that. And now we have MegaMan by Dive Offline. It's going to be launching in mobile and Steam 2023. Just note, MegaMan by Dive Online is going to be disrupting its service or ending its service as of September. So be careful with that one. Maybe play this one because it's actually going to be offline and probably playable in a more longer time period. Now we have the events. First things, Honkai Star Rail PS5 port is coming in Q4 2023. And then we also have Honkai Star Rail 1.1 that is already out. Just note, Silver Wolf is actually really broken. Same with the Light Cone event. I definitely recommend playing right now if you've been waiting to play Honkai Star Rail. They've released one of the most broken light cones in the game. And not to mention, they're going to be adding a way for you to revisit the storyline and also just check out all the different things that Honkai Star Rail has to offer. I think it's really cool Honkai Star Rail is getting this amount of love. And Genshin is having its first TCG tournament. There's going to be a 200k prize pool on that in case you like the TCG stuff. Shout out to my boy Sino right there. And not to mention, it's going to be having its 3.7 phase 2s. Kazuha and Altair will be the banners premiering. So Altair will be first, then Kazuha. I'm going to be trying to summon Kazuha if I can. And then on the Steam front, we have Limbus Company, the season 2. I know you guys have already heard this, but on June 15th, there's going to be the Season 2 pass rewards, and not to mention main Chapter 4, Part 3 releases. So yeah, Limbus Company going strong as ever. And not to mention, Alchemy Stars is having its 2nd year anniversary until the 1st week of June. So make sure to check it out, free rewards and all the things. Aether Gazer 1.05 Red and Green is out until pretty much the end of June, like June 27th. Aether Gazer, really fun game, highly recommend, hidden gem. And New Carnival is going to be having its Quincy and Ray feature up with like the rainy season. So new Carnival, NSFW Husbandos, definitely recommend as well. And we have Sinnoh Alice JP celebrating its 6th year anniversary, just a fun one. And Nueral Cloud having Aki, an interesting skin. This skin is actually not as revealing as it seems. And Nikke is having its June 15th bikini or swimsuit event. So, you know, who doesn't like that sort of thing? And now we have Tears of Themis having its Marius Birthday or Dreams Rewoven event June 14th. And Tower Fantasy doing its 3.0 release June 27th. Hopefully this is going good. And Danmachi Memorial Freeze having its 6th year anniversary June 14th. Just note this is scheduled to shut down, I believe, sometime in September. So be iffy on the way you play it. And now we have IRL events. We got the revenues to cover first and the gacha spaces. Thank you to everyone who posts these. You guys are amazing. And first things being is Honkai Star Rail is doing great. Not to mention Genshin and of course Nikke. Looking a little low for Grimlight and Alchemy Stars Artery Gear. Meeseeks, they always got like the best stuff. I think the thing that worries me the most is World Frippler, Artery Gear, D4DJ, Girls Frontline. The Girls Frontline, not really, but Neural Cloud. That is really interesting on the JP front. But Engage Kill is also relatively low. And one thing to note, you know, Honkai Star Rail, Genshin, all doing well. What determines a game getting EOS? It's a common question brought to you by Dark Paladin X on Reddit. You know, I love Reddit. It was really weird when it shut down. Back into it though, a lot of it has to do with the fact that there's no longer going to be updates throughout the months. There's no banners or events, as Mama Mudai Enjoyer, yeah, that person said. And the only reason why that is going to be a thing is because that means devs are no longer getting paid. They're probably like just firing people and letting people play the game as it slowly dies, which of course, all they have to do is keep the lights on. Yes, it's a little like crappy once the game actually shut down, but usually there's some sort of notice. The only people who might do you dirty is people like Crunchyroll, who will keep updating the game, then one day they'll just axe it. So that mostly happens with bigger publishers, but lesser publishers without as much manpower, they'll just stop updating the game, or they'll just go rogue on socials. That is another like key factor that we need. India doing its framework to ban 3 types of games. Anything that like has to do with like religion conversion or just changing the people's mindsets. Kind of interesting take. But fun meme time. One of the things his friends' love advice was have some moderation. As gacha players, we have no moderation. Not to mention people complain about $21, $25 skins while we're paying $100 in our wedding skins for gacha games. Overall, it doesn't really matter as long as you are happy and you are playing your gacha games in moderation with the correct financial mindset. I think it'll all be good. Also, if you're wondering where the heck have I been, it's been con season like crazy in the anime stuff. If you're going to Anime Expo, come say hi. I'll make more videos and, you know, all the things. I'd love to shake your hand. And I think I get to meet Chaotic, so it'd be really cool just to meet more gacha fans. I'll be definitely shirtless because that's what I do at cons. The overall gacha space in my feels, ever since Honkai Star Rail came out, it's been an amazing time in the gacha space and just gaming in general, personally speaking. So if you're wondering, is like the gacha format dying? No, I think it's in all strides, hitting fire cylinders, all the things because of Honkai Star release. And I think it's just going to be one of the best times to play. And if you're wondering what game do I recommend, Honkai Star Rail. I've been playing that game like crazy. It's the only game I play daily, and it's been my most consistent addiction as of late. But yeah, that is today's video. If you made it this far, consider subscribing, dropping a like, leaving a comment. Follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram in case you want to see daily content and what I do on the reg, you know, cosplays and all that stuff. Once we have 40k subs, we're doing a giveaway. I appreciate you guys just making it this far in today's video. And yeah, have yourself a fantastic day. And see you guys and gals, or them, theys, in the next one.